Welcome to the Middle School Math Course Selection Information Session. This is going to be about a 5-minute version of what the evening was the other night, and you'll be able to still get the important information that you need. What you're looking at right now are the courses that are available at each grade level. So the courses for grade 6 are grade 6 Math and grade 6 Pre-Algebra. The courses for grade 7 are grade 7 Math, grade 7 Pre-Algebra, and Algebra 1. The courses for grade 8 are grade 8 math, algebra 1, the same algebra 1 that's available to 7th graders, and geometry. And if you see there's an arrow going to geometry from algebra 1, and that's because the only way you are allowed to take geometry is if a student has successfully completed algebra 1. And that's true whether you're at the middle school or whether you're at the high school. Algebra 1 is a prerequisite for geometry. Now, looking at this, a student could go from grade 6 math up to the top line there to grade 7 math and then to grade 8 pre-algebra. That's one way is a path a student could go. Another path would be from grade 6 math to grade 7 pre-algebra to algebra 1. And that's probably our most popular path. And then another way that students could go would be to start at grade 6 pre-algebra, then to algebra 1 in 7th grade, and then on to geometry. So now what we need to talk about, those are the main three paths, but what we need to talk about now is what is the difference among each of these courses. So when the standards were written, first the national standards and then our state standards, which are based on the national standards, they wrote standards for grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10. And that is the way the standards lay out the courses so that students would take pre-algebra in 8th, algebra 1 in 9th, geometry in 10th. And we have some of our students who certainly follow that standard path. Then we have another path that has 1 year of acceleration. So a student starts at grade 6 math, just like they did up here. Grade 7, though this grade 7 is 7 plus, meaning we've added some of the 8th grade pieces into there, and we call that grade 7 pre-algebra. Now, the next year in grade 8, that's where the acceleration occurs. And we call it acceleration because we're putting 2 courses into one math class. And so in 1 year, in 50 minutes a day, we're going to accelerate. We're going to move very quickly through 2 courses in 1 year. And that's combining grade 8 and algebra 1. And the reason we are able to do that is grade 8 is very similar to the first half of algebra 1. It's sort of a foundational version of it. So the two fit together nicely, but it's still a lot of content to cover in 1 year. And in this model, students then end middle school with algebra 1 and they take geometry in 9th grade. Another course that we have a good number of students take is this. They start with grade 6 and 7 math. That's an acceleration of 2 courses together in 1 year. Then in 7th grade, they take grade 8 and algebra 1 combined together. And then in 8th grade, they take geometry. In this last section, you're seeing there's 2 years in a row where we're doing that acceleration of putting 2 courses together in 1 year. And in total, in 3 years of middle school, a student who follows that path has taken 5 years of mathematics in 3 years. So it is intense and it moves quickly. So going back to this layout of the courses, the grade 6 pre-algebra, that's that grade 6 and 7 combined. That's that acceleration course. And algebra 1, that is that grade 8 and algebra 1 acceleration together. So if a child follows this bottom line from grade 6 pre-algebra to algebra 1 to geometry, that's the path that has the 2 years of the double courses, 2 years of acceleration or 5 years of math in 3 years. If a student follows the more middle path, they start with grade 6, then to grade 7 pre-algebra, which is mostly grade 7 standards plus some of the grade 8 standards, not all of them. And then in 8th grade, they take the algebra 1, which is the bulk of the grade 8 standards mixed together with algebra 1. And if a student follows the top row, that's regular grade 6, regular grade 7, regular grade 8, and then in ninth grade, they will take Algebra 1, just like the standards are written. If you wanted to look at this in terms of, well, what does this mean for high school? We have a chart here for you. You're welcome to look at it at your leisure. You can download the full presentation from last week, and you'll be able to see all of the course lines. You'll notice that the course lines for the middle school are dotted gray lines, very hard to see. The reason is because there isn't a prescribed path that students have to take. I've just put the arrows in for the ones that are the most common paths that we see students take. Now, when you make this actual course selection, you're going to do this in PowerSchool. You're going to go and sign in as a parent, go into PowerSchool, and in the left-hand column, you're going to scroll down until you see the word Forms. And when you see the word Forms, you're going to click on that. When you click on Forms, then you get a whole bunch of forms that can be completed, and you want to scroll down until you see the one that says Middle School Math Course Selection for 2021-2022. You click on that, and it will just give you, it's a drop-down menu, and you'll literally pick of the courses that are offered for your child's grade level, you will pick the one that is the course your child wants to take. We're supposed to be ending this March 26th. I'm confident you could have all of spring break to enter it and make changes. And if you want to change it after the end of March, you can simply contact either me or you can contact the guidance department in what will be your child's middle school. Thank you.